Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. And we begin with cameras rolling as NASA cracks open the canister that winged its way back to Earth carrying the secrets of our solar system. The space agency will host today's big Bennu reveal live at 11 a.m. Eastern on NASA TV from the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. The cosmic treasure was dropped into the Utah desert last month by OSIRIS-REx, the first U.S. spacecraft to collect a sample from an active asteroid. NASA's not resting on this laurel, though. Tomorrow, another space odyssey takes flight. This one from Cape Canaveral in Florida, destined for an asteroid rich in metals that lies between Mars and Jupiter. The name of the mission and the destination is Psyche. Blastoff is scheduled for 10:16 Eastern tomorrow. President Biden is not mincing words concerning the atrocities in Israel. Yesterday, in his first address to the American people on the crisis, he called the surprise weekend attack by Hamas sheer evil. He insisted Israel has the right to defend itself and said the U.S. will always have its back. "We stand with Israel," he declared, "and we will make sure Israel has what is needed to take care of its citizens and respond to this attack. There's no justification for terrorism. There's no excuse." President Biden also called on all Americans to reject hate and anti-Semitism in all forms. On Monday night, the White House, like many American landmarks, was lit up in the blue and white colors of the Israeli flag in solidarity. Now to address some criticism we received over yesterday's coverage of the carnage. We did not mean to overgeneralize or whitewash. As a podcast for kids, we simply cannot go into the detail some might prefer. The horror that unfolded at the hands of Hamas is inconceivable and certainly indescribable to this particular audience. Our mission to not scare our listeners should not be confused with sympathy for these terrorists. For that, there is none. It's official. 4 ingredients found in cereal, soda, and popular candy like Skittles, Nerds, and pink and purple Peeps are now banned in California. Over the weekend, Governor Newsom signed the bill, making his state the first in the U.S. to follow Europe's lead in outlawing the additives over health concerns. Red dye number 3, brominated vegetable oil, potassium bromate, and propylparaben serve a variety of purposes, from making food look more appealing to helping preserve it longer. But researchers say they've also been associated with issues ranging from hyperactivity in kids to far more serious medical problems. The brands still using the chemicals will have to tweak their recipes if they still want them sold in California starting in 2027. A similar bill is making its way through the New York legislature. Drake is on break. The rapper announced last week on his Table for One podcast that he's locking the door to his studio to take care of his health. He didn't get specific, only saying he's been dealing with stomach issues for a long time and needs to address it. How long is he stepping away? He doesn't know. Maybe a year, maybe longer. A reminder that parrots can tattle, and sometimes that's a really good thing. When a rare and protected West African gray turned up for a sale in a French marketplace, police were called. Over and over, the bird said the word Jacko, which one of the responding officers remembered was the name of his partner's parrot that had gone missing years earlier. That officer always said his parrot would squawk his name if found. Sure enough, he did. The bird's identity was confirmed, and the parrot and police officer were reunited. According to the Times of London, this kind of thing has happened before. In 2014, a parrot called Nigel, which had a British accent, was found speaking Spanish in Los Angeles after going missing for 4 years. "Que paso? What happened?" it asked the woman who found it and turned it in. Thanks to a microchip, its human was located. And in 2008, a Japanese woman found a lost parrot on her rooftop garden. That bird wouldn't squawk to police, but did give its name and full address right down to the street number to a vet. By now, the king or queen of Fat Bear Week has been crowned. As of this recording, the votes were still being tallied between two first-time finalists, Grazer, who was large and in charge, and Chunk, who had some serious junk in his trunk and, as Explore.org described, was determined to propel his pudginess to victory. No matter the champ, all of these chonksters are winners. They stand to lose 1/3 of their body weight during their hibernation and need as much plump as possible before settling in for their long winter sleep. Still to come, the best and worst sweets in your trick-or-treat bag, according to a new survey. But first, today's KidNuz quiz. What is NASA revealing today? Space rocks from asteroid Bennu. How did President Biden describe the attacks by Hamas on Israel? As sheer evil. Which state is the first in the U.S. to ban 4 additives, one of which is found in some popular candy? California. What singer is taking a break to focus on his health? Drake. In today's KidNuz Kicker, when you dig into that bag of Halloween candy, what do you reach for first? And what do you try to trade ASAP? According to the annual survey from CandyStore.com, the 5 most popular sweets in the U.S. this year are in order Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, M&M's, Hot Tamales, Skittles, and Sour Patch Kids. The bottom 5, Circus Peanuts, Candy Corn, Necco Wafers, Peanut Butter Kisses, and Wax Cola bottles. Before we go, shout-outs to our KidNuz classrooms, starting with Miss McLean and her Lions at Parkside in Powell, Wyoming, where they strive to be the kindest and highest-performing school in the state. Our daily listeners in Room 105 at the Chicago High School for Agricultural Sciences, who are so thankful to be up to date with what's happening in the world. And Mrs. Stigl and her Patriots at Lester B. Summer in Crawfordsville, Indiana. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.